This is a walkthrough video on how to calculate the stairwell rough opening for a stair with a landing located in the middle. Okay, I'm just going to go through the sheet. So we're given a total rise of 2850 here. Desired rise 176. Stair width 950. Headroom clearance 1950. Floor frame 325. So what do we do? And they're asking calculate the following number of rises, number of treads to rise, so on and so forth. You need more than this to get to the answer. So your first move should be to figure out how many risers you have. This is first year stuff. Take the total rise, divide by desired rise. Number of risers 16.19. Can't have a fraction of a riser, so we're going to round that down to 16. Always one less tread than risers, so 15 treads. Also in this question, we're not given a proportioning rule for the rise and run. So when it's not given, always assume 450. So we can also calculate our unit run, which would be the proportioning rule minus the true rise, which is down here. So we take that 16 and divide 2850 by it, and we get a true rise of 178. So from that, with the proportioning rule, 450 minus 178, we get 272. So we have our unit run and our unit rise now. Okay, a couple other things we need to figure out. And the sheet asks for the number of risers in the stairwell and asks for the length of the stairwell itself. So what we can figure out for the stairwell, first of all, is we need to figure out the total run of this set of stairs. The total run of this set of stairs will be the number of treads that we have, minus one tread, because we have a landing rather than a tread, and then we're going to add that landing length. So minus one tread plus the landing will give us the total run of the stairs. So we figured out that this set of stairs has 15 treads, so we're going to take 14 of those, multiply by the unit run, and we're going to add the landing, and I've done that down here at the bottom. You can see down at the bottom we have 14 treads times 272 plus the landing, and it gave us 4758. So that's the total run of the stairs. And we can also now figure out, well, before we get to that, let's figure out where this landing is going to sit. We can call that the headroom gain, but it becomes more important in L-shaped and U-shaped stairwells. But we can use this to determine whether or not the landing will sit in our stairwell. Okay, so we're going to take our, okay, first of all, the sheet says this landing is located at the 10th riser from the top. So from the landing, there should be 10 rises above it. And that will tell us where this sits in relation to the total rise. So we'll take 10 and we will multiply that by our true rise, which is 178, and we get 1780. And we also have to recognize that the amount of vertical room that we need for our landing is our headroom clearance plus the floor frame. So when you add those two together, we get 2275. So this tells us that that landing, as it relates to the rise, the total rise of these stairs, that landing is higher up than the point that we're going to frame the edge of our stairwell at, which means the landing will be captured within the stairwell. And that way we know what to do for our stairwell rough opening. Okay, so with that information, we're going to calculate our stairwell rough opening. We have the formula here, run over rise times headroom clearance plus floor frame plus 75. Okay, that's our typical formula we learned in first year. I got 3551, and since the landing is in the stairwell rough opening like we just mentioned, we will take one tread length off of this number and replace it with the landing length. And that's what I've done here. 3551 minus 272 plus 950. And there's our stairwell rough opening right there, 4229. And another question they do ask on the sheet are the number of risers in the stairwell. And on this key, I haven't actually calculated that, but we can figure out that. So we have these two numbers. We have the total run at the bottom, 4758, and we have the stairwell rough opening, 4229. So I'll take 4758 and I'll minus the stairwell rough opening, 4229, and I get a number of 529. Okay, and that tells me how much horizontal distance is left after the stairwell. So if you want to figure out how many risers are in the stairwell, you take that 529, divide that by the unit run, which we have determined to be, I think it's at the top here, 272. I got 1.9 treads that are outside of the stairwell. 1.9 treads would be 2 risers. So if you're looking for the answer to how many risers are in the stairwell, it would be the total number of risers, 16 minus those 2, so 14. So your answer for number of risers in the stairwell will be 14. Okay, I hope this helps.